So sciatica, pain in here, shooting down the leg. Today I'm going to run through the two major types of sciatica that you're going to be having and then how we're going to fix them. I'm going to teach you how to figure out which type of sciatica you've got, and then you'll be able to do the exact exercise that you need to do to fix the problem. So number one type of sciatica is a disc bulge or prolapse in the lowest part of your spine, or wear and tear deep in that part of the spine there, and that will put pressure on these nerves because the path that this nerve passes out of will be reduced in space, and that puts pressure on the nerve, shoots pain down the leg. If you've got this type of sciatica, there's a very good chance that you've got pain in the lower back, painful when you're bending forwards, when you're twisting, and that pain in the lower back also then goes down through the leg. If you're feeling it worse in the lower back and worse in the leg at the same time, really good chance that you've got that problem going on in the lower back, a disc bulge or prolapse or wear and tear putting pressure on the area. The second type of sciatica, which you may well have, is not coming from the lower back, but it's actually coming from this area here. So deep in that buttock area, there's a muscle called the piriformis muscle, which crosses from the sacrum here across the tip of your pelvis. And that muscle deep in there has the potential to tighten up and put pressure on the sciatic nerve and cause sciatica. So if you're getting pain, not in the lower back, you can bend and twist absolutely fine, but you are getting pain there that then goes down the leg, especially worse if you're sat for a long period of time, then there's a very good chance you've got what we call piriformis syndrome, which is sciatica coming from the buttock area. Now, I'm going to teach you how to fix these two different problems. Let's start with piriformis syndrome, so pain in the buttock that shoots down the leg. We need to stretch out this muscle, this piriformis muscle, and if we can stretch it and release it, the pressure starts to come off the nerve and you'll get less pain shooting down the leg. The exercise I'm going to show you is this. So you're going to go onto a table or at your bed maybe, or even on the floor with your leg in this position. Lean yourself forwards, and as you do that, you'll feel a stretch in the buttock. Hold for 10 seconds there, move across this way, hold for 10 seconds there, and then again, lastly over this way, 10 seconds there. Another way you can do this exact same stretch, there's actually three ways I'm going to show you, is this. So you're going to go into this position, reach through there, and then pull up. So you can see that's in the same position with this leg that stretches through the piriformis in there, and you're going to hold that one like this for a good 30 seconds again. The other way, and the last way, potentially the easiest way, is in this position with that foot there. Allow that knee to drop and then lean yourself forwards like this. You'll get a deep stretch in that area down in there. Once you've done this stretch, you've really got that piriformis muscle stretched out, which is a good thing, but sometimes it's needing a bit more attention and you've got to get deep into the area and get some real pressure into that piriformis muscle. And if you can get pressure directly on that muscle, it will then relax under the pressure and the pain can start to drop. So I want you to get a tennis ball, and a tennis ball is going to go on the chair that you're sat on, and then you're going to lean or sit on the ball. You're going to move around until you find a really sore spot deep in that buttock area. You put pressure into it, it's going to be very, very sore, but hold it there. As you hold it, the pain will drop down. Then move to a new spot, and then you find another hot spot, keep that pressure on it, hold, 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 until it drops down. You can do that like this. You can do it if you're on the floor. You basically have the ball there, and then you're moving around until you're on the painful spot, put pressure down onto it, keep it there, and again that painful spot will just ease off as the muscle relaxes. It might ease as soon as 10 seconds, it might take more like a minute for it to ease off. Ultimately, if you get to 60 seconds, about a minute, and it's not eased, then just move to a new area. Do 4 to 5 holds in all through this buttock every single day. Just once a day is absolutely fine. So we fixed that piriformis muscle. That will really help to ease that sciatica if you've got piriformis syndrome. Another type of sciatica which we mentioned is that lower back. So a disc bulge or prolapse putting pressure onto that area and causing pain on that nerve. So what you're going to do to ease that lower back is we're going to traction out or decompress your disc or your spine. So if that's a disc bulge in there, if you want to bulge it out further, think about a tube of toothpaste. You'd squeeze it. So you'd put pressure through like this, you'd compress it. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to traction it and decompress to take pressure off that disc, which effectively takes pressure off that nerve. It's a very simple exercise. You're going to have your hands on the table like this or a chair, hips off, and just let your hips drop. And you can even start to move your hips around like this. And what you'll find is that I can feel a real tractioning decompression deep into this area. And if you can do that for a good 30 seconds, up to 60 seconds, that's really going to help to traction out and decompress the spine, take pressure off the disc and off that nerve. You will probably immediately feel some relief from doing this exercise. Another way you can do that is with elbows on a kitchen counter like this, with your legs dropping off, and then exactly the same, tractioning through. Lastly, you could just hold on to a pull-up bar and simply just hanging yourself. If you're hanging, of course, that's doing the same thing. It's tractioning through the spine. So any of those methods is absolutely fine to create that traction. And then what we're going to do now is called flossing. Flossing is where we stretch out that sciatic nerve and actually try and floss the nerve at that pinch point in there. We can do this in two different ways. Number one is just seated, and I want you to extend your leg, and as you stretch your leg, you're stretching the sciatic nerve all through there. So you're bringing the nerve down, and as you do that, look up. And that allows the nerve, because of course the whole nervous system runs right through the spine from the brain all the way to the foot. So if you look up, you allow that nerve to come down, and then when you bend your leg, you look down. And then extend your leg and look up, flex your leg or bend your leg and look down. If you can do this for 30, 40 repetitions, you're creating that stretch and flossing through that area to free up that pinched nerve in that lower back. Another way you can do it would be this. So lying on your back and then leg up to here, stretch through and back down. And you would simply do this simply enough just to stretch through that nerve and bring it back down, stretch through the nerve and bring it back down. Again, 30, 40 repetitions is absolutely perfect for that flossing, just to create that stretch through there. And you can do that 3, 4, 5 times every single day. So that's the flossing, that's decompressing that nerve, taking pressure off that nerve. The last thing we're going to do is a simple stretch, which will sort of hit both areas. It will hit that gluteal area, the piriformis, and also stretch out the lower back, and basically try and just do everything in one movement. And it's this. So you're going to lie on your back, and I want you to grab the knee, pull up and over, and let your shoulders stay flat, but allow your hips to roll over. And as you do this, you'll feel a stretch right the way through into there. Hold for 30 seconds, and then the same thing this side, over to there, hold for 30 seconds. And that is a great stretch that you can do to really try and free up this whole area. The important thing to note is that if you are unsure still whether you're getting a pinched nerve in the lower back or the buttock, it feels a bit of both, and it's just causing sciatica, the simple thing to do is do all of the exercises that I've given you today, because they're certainly going to help. They're not going to make things worse. Just try them all, do them nice and gently, and hopefully by doing everything, you'll get some good relief moving in the right direction. If you would like more help with back pain, sciatica, or specifically hip pain, then click there, and there you'll find some extra videos, or go to my profile page and you'll find lots and lots of back pain, neck pain, headache videos right there.